The pictures? No. Yeah.
Pardon?
Carly and I were looking at some of it.
So in true scapular winging, we can have a cutoff of a nerve. Usually it will be in one of those nerves down around here, maybe the long thoracic nerve that comes out to the side there. But really what happens is scapular winging occurs essentially when we see this scapula knock off the side of the cage. So it actually ends up tipping like this. So it tips off. Now you have to start asking what muscles on the front end are not sucking it back in and kind of doing this towards the rib cage, or maybe that's not even the case itself. The muscles are working fine, but the nerve is cut off, which is cutting off function to the muscle. Then you could also say, well, what muscles on the front end, like the chest muscles, are overly developed or maybe potentially overly developed that are pulling it this way, which is allowing this to kind of go that way, if that makes sense. So it's almost like doing a wheel.
And
right?
That's where the ergonomics of sitting at a desk come into
Yeah,
play.
and that's why if you've helped me kind of mess around with this shoulder, I literally just did this.
Yeah. I know, and I'm like, get your ears over your shoulders. And he's like,
for somebody
what?
your age, and that's why I ask, like, are you having dysfunction? Are you not able to do this? Are you having pain? Did you do a push-up one day and, like, you feel a pop in your shoulder? Did you feel radiating symptoms down the... If you didn't have any of that, you likely don't have true neurologic scapular winging.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we do a lot of like push-ups and different like types of push-ups toward different parts of the arm and chest.
Oh, the conditioning.
So that like overdevelopment you're talking about could definitely be. So what things can I do to strengthen the back muscles?
That's exactly what we'll kind of discover and talk about today. Because I think, scapular winging is usually not a huge issue in my opinion. I think it's just overly Googled and searched, in my opinion. I don't see a lot of it. That doesn't mean you're not going to see it. Like we've seen it with the strength and conditioning coaches, and things like that. So we want to kind of bring that serratus posterior to the wall. Let me kind of show you.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm going to show you on here. Here we go. Here's the serratus anterior.
Oh, that's really particular.
So those are the boxer muscles. So if we kind of get rid of those muscles right here, we can see how the serratus anterior kind of attaches that way. And what it does, it actually kind of glues that scapula. So imagine this as being your scapula, and it kind of does this. It pulls it towards the rib cage and holds it onto the rib cage really nicely. A lot of people don't work the serratus very well. And if they do, which you're probably doing more with your push-ups, you can definitely do it well. So I don't think that you have a weakness in that. I think what we also see in a lot of people is that people don't realize that the lower trap muscle, which when I highlight the trap, it just goes this way. The lower trap are the fibers that do this right here. So those are the ones that actually kind of like, it anchors like right here. Most people never use the lower trap properly. They're really hard to do. But you'd be surprised at how easy this will feel when we do some exercise. So I'll show you some stuff in the gym that I think will help you, and we'll probably go through a series of like 4 or 5 things, maybe even more. Who knows? And then I think that answers the question on there. Just out of curiosity.
Any limitations for his martial arts that he's doing now? He's 3 times a week, conditioning twice a week.
I don't think you're gonna have are you feeling any what's the word? Any
limitations?
Any limitations whatsoever?
Just nothing from back there at all.
So, yeah, so that's kind of
keep going.
Yeah, because the lat also attaches a little bit across that area, through here, and that's still a long thoracic nerve issue too. So is the serratus. That's why we just say long thoracic, nerve. It's unless you like fell like on this area or like damaged the long thoracic nerve or your neck at all, you're probably not gonna have scapular winging.
No.
Not a neurologic one.
Yeah.
We can have a functional one, meaning muscles aren't strong enough, which is likely, and especially if you're sitting at a computer for a long time. So I think in this case, we'll just show you a bunch of different exercises that might be a little bit hard. Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I'll ask you, are they hard